country bill discounting has already established very well. So to give you an example, if MSME supplies to a big company, then the payment comes after, let's say, 4 months. So the MSME's capital is blocked. Correct? So how to unblock that capital? To unblock that capital, there has to be a mechanism by which the invoice which is given by the big company should be good enough to get the payment done to the MSME. Right? So that payment can happen in 15 days, 12 days, 10 days instead of 4 months. Then the capital comes into rotation. That is the thought process by which this announcement in the budget has been made. Third is huge focus on manufacturing. Bengaluru is a good example of that. So many GCCs, so many IT services. Apart from services, the program is a very big success. Today we are among the largest manufacturers of semiconductor manufacturing has started. So many things, servers, laptops, so many things are getting manufactured in our country now. To take it to the next level, the focus will be on employment intensive sectors and actually employ as many as 30,000, 40,000 people. Single factory employ 30,000, 40,000 people. Large employment intensive sector. For example, electronics. Big factory will come in Bengaluru, close to Bengaluru, in Karnataka. Single factory, 40,000 people. Single factory, mobile phone manufacturing, electronics manufacturing. Single factory, 40,000 here, very close to Bengaluru. Next time when I come here, I will visit it. That will employ single factory, 40,000, 50,000 people it will employ. So it is very labor intensive. Very labor intensive sector. Last time when I came here, we went to again scaling up people. That is the third big announcement. Toy sector, food processing sector, labor intensive sectors like footwear, like clean technology. This will be a major thing for our budget. The next big thing is lots and lots of focus on technology. As you are aware, without technology, growth is not possible beyond a point. So we have, Honorable Finance Minister has announced a fund of funds for deep tech startups. Bengaluru obviously will be a big beneficiary of that because Bengaluru has so many deep tech startups which require funding. So fund of fund for deep tech startups will be a major thing which has been announced in this budget. The second thing is developing our small modular reactors for the nuclear energy. ₹20,000 crore has been earmarked for developing nuclear energy reactors, which are small reactors, small modular reactors. They can be manufactured in a factory and they can be installed at a place. It may take a few years to develop the entire project, but that will give us very good clean power over the coming years. Then we have many more technology items in the budget, which I'm sure AI has become a mainstream thing now. So there will be a lot of focus on executing our AI mission. I'm sure you are aware that our Prime Minister believes in democratizing technology. So how do we give access to GPUs, 1,000 GPUs, as a common compute facility? We had made the announcement about 10-15 days back, and very soon the portal will also be launched so that the people can start accessing those GPUs. For crops, germoplasm, then National Geospatial Mission, many things are there as part of the technology. On reforms. Entire progress, the next phase of growth will come based on reforms. And here what we mean is, our Prime Minister says that we should have enough government, but we should not have very burdensome governance. Governance has to be very smooth. People want something, it should be easy to get. People have some problem. Small, medium businesses should be totally out of the purview of cumbersome laws and processes. So a mission on manufacturing, a mission for reforming the compliances, both in the financial as well as non-financial sectors will be taken up. These missions over a period of next 1 year will identify every problem, and I'll request all of you also and to the listeners who are listening to this to give your suggestions. Any small suggestion is welcome. Every small idea is good. Every idea which reduces the compliance burden in every sector, aviation, industry, taxation, stock markets, capital markets, financial sector, cities, everywhere, every such suggestion is welcome. So please come up with those suggestions. So regulatory reform will be most important. I'll come to 3-4 specific items related to the taxation. One, lot of simplification has happened in the electronics component tax systems, marine product tax system, shipbuilding taxation laws, MRO we have heard for aviation, now MRO for railways, MRO for metro sector, MRO for other shipbuilding sectors. Those also are now part of our agenda so that we can have more employment generated for this. In case of electronics manufacturing, as you know, now we are going deeper into the electronics manufacturing and focusing on component manufacturing. So there were many tax anomalies in component related taxation slabs. All those anomalies have been removed. So we can see in the coming years, today already electronics is among the top 3 export items in the world, in the country. It will gain more prominence, and maybe it might become the second largest or even the largest export item in the coming years. So that is the nutshell, the entire budget. I'll take a look at the macro position. Our economy is today of about 330 lakh crore total economy, our GDP, and we are growing at 10% nominal rate. So next year will be about 356 lakh crore. It's a large size economy now, and already 5th largest we know. Very soon it will become 4th largest, depending upon the level of foreign exchange rates, and of course depending upon whatever is happening in the world today. But in a macro level, we are at a very healthy position because our debt level is just about, central government's debt level is just about 56% of the GDP. You compare it with all other large economies, from top, the biggest economy US, to the next economy China, then Japan, Germany, then India, then UK, France, Spain. You compare all these, we are the healthiest economy at this point of time from a macro perspective. Among all the large economies, our economy is the healthiest from the macro perspective. Our budget today is about 50 lakh crore, and our borrowings as a percentage of budget is coming down consistently. Our fiscal deficit is just about 4.8%. It is coming down to 4.4%. You compare that with the developed countries today, that is in the range of 7%, 6.5%. So we are in a very healthy position from the macroeconomic point of view. And that has been possible because of a good, consistent thinking, very prudent thinking over the last 10 years. And that puts us in a good shape. Recently, I was at Davos, and the IMF chief, she was surprised when she heard about our Prime Minister's economic thinking. Very clear, cogent economic thinking. So that is the current situation. I will now come to the railway related matters. First, I look at the bigger picture of railways. You know that the railway budget allocation for Karnataka has been increased almost 9 times. From the UPA period, it was 835 crore per annum. From there, it has come to 7,564 crore. From 835 crore coming up to 7,564 crore. Total investments of railway projects in Karnataka, 51,479 crore. 51.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Modi of India. He is a great friend of mine for a long time. We've had a wonderful relationship, and we kept the relationship during the 4-year period. The period that was a very interesting period indeed. I got to see how not to do things. And we've just started up again, and we have, I think, some very big things to talk about. Number one is they're going to be purchasing a lot of our oil and gas. We have more oil and gas than any other country in the world by far. And they need it, and we have it. And we're going to talk about trade. We're going to talk about many things. But it's really an honor to see you. And you have been my friend for a long time. And congratulations on having done a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपको मिलकर बहुत समान महसूस हो रहा है कि मुझे बहुत खुशी कि आज फिर आप यहाँ पर आए हैं और हम पिछले 4 साल आपसे हमारी बात हुई है और हम उस रिश्ते को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं जो 4 साल में हमने पहले बढ़ाया है। और ये एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण और रुचिकर समय आने वाला है हमारे सामने दोनों देशों के लिए। आपने देखा है कि हमारे पास बहुत कुछ करने को है। अभी पहली बात है तेल और गैस की बात है, और हमारे पास काफ़ी तेल और गैस है और आप इंडिया में उसकी ज़रूरत है जो हम देंगे। बाद में बात आती है ट्रेड की, व्यापार की, और इसके अलावा हमें बहुत खुशी है और बहुत ही हमारे लिए एक सम्मान की बात है कि मेरे एक मित्र आज वापस यहाँ आए हैं और उनसे मिलकर मुझे बहुत खुशी है।
Would you like to say anything more?
No, I'm okay.
एक्सेलेंसी, मैं सबसे पहले तो फिर एक बार आपको यहाँ पर देख करके और आपको यहाँ पर मिल करके बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। मैं आपके इस भव्य विजय के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। न सिर्फ मेरी तरफ से, 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की तरफ से आपको मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ और बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ।
Your Excellency, I'm delighted to see you back in the White House and to meet with you today in this room. On behalf of 1.4 billion people of India, let me convey my heartiest congratulations to you on your grand and historic victory.
ये बहुत ही सुखद संयोग है।
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Modi of India. He is a great friend of mine for a long time. We've had a wonderful relationship, and we kept the relationship during the 4-year period. the period that was a very interesting period indeed. I watched. I got to see how not to do things, and we've just started up again, and we have, I think, some very big things to talk about. Number one is they're going to be purchasing a lot of our oil and gas. We have more oil and gas than any other country in the world by far, and they need it, and we have it. And we're going to talk about trade. We're going to talk about many things, but it's really an honor to see you, and you have been my friend for a long time, and congratulations on having done a great job.
थैंक यू
Thank you very much.
प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपको मिलकर बहुत समान महसूस हो रहा है कि मुझे बहुत खुशी कि आज फिर आप यहाँ पर आए हैं और हम पिछले 4 साल आपसे हमारी बात हुई है और हम उस रिश्ते को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं जो 4 साल में मैंने बढ़ाया है। और ये एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण और रुचिकर समय आने वाला है हमारे साथ दोनों देशों के लिए। आपने देखा है कि हमारे पास बहुत कुछ करने को है। अभी पहली बात है तेल और गैस की बात है, और हमारे पास काफ़ी तेल और गैस है और आप इंडिया में इसकी ज़रूरत है जो हम देंगे। बाद में बात आती है ट्रेड की, व्यापार की, और इसके अलावा हमें बहुत खुशी है और बहुत ही हमारे लिए एक सम्मान की बात है कि मेरे एक मित्र आज वापस यहाँ आए हैं और उनसे मिलकर मुझे बहुत खुशी है।
Would you like to say anything more?
No, I'm okay.
एक्सेलेंसी, मैं सबसे पहले तो फिर एक बार आपको यहाँ पर देख करके और आपको यहाँ पर मिल करके बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। मैं आपके इस भव्य विजय के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। न सिर्फ मेरी तरफ से, 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की तरफ से आपको मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ और बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ।
Your Excellency, I'm delighted to see you back in the White House and to meet with you today in this room. On behalf of 1.4 billion people of India, let me convey my heartiest congratulations to you on your grand and historic victory.
ये बहुत ही सुखद संयोग है, तीसरी बार लगातार देश की मुझे इस कार्यकाल में है। मैं कह सकता हूं कि राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप के पहले 4 वर्ष का विश्वास था, वही गर्मजोशी, वही उत्साह, वही विश्वास के साथ हम फिर एक बार साथ मिलकर के आगे बढ़ेंगे।
Last year, the people of India gave me the opportunity to serve them for the 3rd consecutive time, and it has happened in the history of India in the last 60 years for the first time. And in my past experience of working with you in your first term, that we will continue to advance the India-US strategic partnership with the same warmth.
एक मित्र के तरह मुझे पुराने अहमदाबाद के स्टेडियम की याद दिलाई। ये बात सही है कि ह्यूस्टन में हाउडी मोदी और गुजरात में अहमदाबाद में नमस्ते ट्रंप, वो दो एक ऐसी बहुत बड़े विशाल कार्यक्रम रहे जिसकी गूंज आज भी
Of Ahmedabad and the cricket stadium where we held the big rally, and the events that we did, the mega events that we did in Ahmedabad, Namaste Trump, or the Howdy Modi in Houston, we had conveyed a very strong message of our friendship through those events, and the resounding echo of those events can be heard even today in India and the world.
भारत अमेरिका संबंधों को प्रगाढ़ बनाने में, उसको एक नई ऊंचाई देने में और व्यापकता देने में राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप की पहली टर्म की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका रही है, और मुझे विश्वास है कि दूसरे टर्म में भी हम उसी गति से आगे बढ़ेंगे।
Excellency, you made immense personal contribution towards strengthening of our relations, towards making them more comprehensive, and in attaining unprecedented heights in our relationship. And I firmly believe that in your second term, we will work with even more speed.
और मैं जैसे भारत के नागरिकों को वादा किया है कि मैं तीसरे टर्म में 3 गुना गति से काम करूंगा, और मुझे विश्वास है कि राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप के साथ आने वाले 4 वर्ष हम भारत अमेरिका के संबंधों की गति में 2 गुना गति से काम करेंगे।
As I had promised to the people of India that in my 3rd term as the Prime Minister of India, we will work with thrice the speed. I firmly believe that with President Trump during the next 4 years, during his second term, we will work with twice the speed that we did in the first term.
मैं राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप से एक बात हमेशा अप्रिशिएट करता आया हूँ, सीखता आया हूँ कि वे राष्ट्र हित को सर्वोपरि रख करके काम करते हैं। राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप की तरह मुझे भी भारत के हितों को सर्वोपरि रखते हुए कार्य करना ये मेरे लिए सौभाग्य की बात है।
One thing that I deeply appreciate and I learned from President Trump is that he keeps the national interest supreme, and like him, I also keep the national interest of India.
तब मेक अमेरिका ग्रेट अगेन हर किसी को याद आता है, हर किसी को उससे प्रेरणा मिलती है।